Hey, World Entertainment, and a crazy new rumour is doing the rounds. Actually, not from My Time to Shine or Daniel RPK, believe it or not. But this rumour is regarding Jonathan Majors and Kang. That Kevin Feige is possibly looking to bring him back as Kang. Now, do I believe this? Hell no, I don't, because it would make no sense at this stage. I know a lot of you are probably going, of course it would make sense because there was tons of Kang variants at the end of Ant-Man. We'll get to that, which isn't mentioned in this article, but we will get to that. But let's have a look at this. So it says, by now we're sure you're all familiar with the legal issue which resulted in Loki star Jonathan Majors being dropped from his role as the MCU's Kang the Conqueror, being found guilty of 2 misdemeanors counts of assault and harassment derailed Major's career, and he's since served a 52-week in-person domestic violence intervention program. In simplistic terms, he did the crime and served his time. So, does that mean he should forever be ostracized from Hollywood? There are plenty of actors who have done much worse and being quickly forgiven, so it's a tricky subject that remains up for debate. Marvel Studios' response to ditching Kang was to rename Avengers to Kang Dynasty as Avengers Doomsday, with Robert Downey Jr. tapped to make his MCU return as Doctor Doom. Rumour has it the original plans called for Earth's mightiest heroes to battle Kang's variants and ultimately the Beyonder. Today, Screen Geek brings word that Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige is considering bringing Jonathan Majors back into the MCU. The idea is for Majors to appear in a future Marvel project to wrap up some loose ends with Kang and close the character's story. Taking this with a pinch of salt would be best for now, but Marvel Studios needs to do something to address Kang's sudden absence. Okay, perhaps casual fans skipped Loki, and admittedly, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania killed Kang. Plus, the trequel's post-credit scene featuring countless Kang variants wouldn't be the first stinger the MCU has ignored. Now, here's the thing with what that part says, with the take it with a pinch of salt, but they need to address his sudden absence and all this, and saying fans skipped Loki and they killed Kang at the end of Quantumania. Yes, that's all true. However, they have addressed why Kang is gone, including all of the variants. Now, I didn't watch this. You all probably didn't watch this, but people have watched it and have come out to say, oh, by the way, this happened to explain Kang. The What If series, the animated series on Disney Plus, did an episode with a passing remark that something, I can't remember which character it was, but they literally turn around and go, oh yeah, they wiped out the Kang variants and the whole Kang dynasty. That's it, that's your reason that Kang is gone. So they have addressed it by saying that this one character, and I believe it was one character, went in and wiped out every variant of Kang. And that is how they removed Kang. So the interesting about this article is they're trying to kind of say, oh, the casual fans probably didn't watch Loki, and yeah, they killed Kang and Ant-Man, but it also ended with all the variants and all that blah blah blah, and they're going on and they're kind of saying they definitely need to do something. And clearly this article, the people who wrote it, didn't watch or even listen to people who have watched What If, the newest season, which I believe is season 3, and I think it's the last season as well, because they have addressed it by just a quick passing remark of, oh, they wiped out all the Kangs. Now, in terms of saying there's actors who've done worse and have been quickly forgiven, I don't know if that's quite the case. Maybe they've been forgiven in Hollywood, but not by fans. Saying, should he be ostracized by Hollywood? And then at least they say, you know, it is a tricky subject, and it really is. The first thing I think you have to take into account is, number one, he's not a good actor. People push back against, he's not. He was horrible. He was a terrible Kang. And when you find out why Marvel hired him, it's because they saw him performing, I believe, at a circus or something like that, and loved his interpretation and went, oh, he'd be perfect for Kang. That's how this guy got discovered for Kang. And he was a horrible Kang. But every variant he did, he was terrible in the role. But should he be out of Hollywood altogether? Especially after being found guilty, as it says here, he's done his time. The remaining charges ended up getting dropped at some stage and whatnot. It is a tricky one, because it's kind of the case of, well, he is this type of person that we don't know. Is that someone who you could trust on a set? I think it comes down more to the trust and safety of the people around him rather than the audience's expectation from him. You know, again, you're not putting Jonathan Majors on the big screen as front and center thinking, oh, that's bringing asses to seats. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. Him being Kang in an Avengers movie that never said that was going to be $1 billion take no matter what, because it's Jonathan Majors Kang. That was absolutely never happening either. But in terms of, do people want to work with him and stuff, it's hard to say. That's up for the industry to figure out, and up for directors and writers and more specifically other actors to decide whether or not they want to do that. We can all have our own opinions about it, whether or not we think he should or shouldn't. I think, you know, for what he did, yeah, it's terrible. You know, what a piece of shit he is. We saw those weird videos with him with his thinking he was basically a god to black people, that he was there, got to be on the big screen for his people and all this weirdness. I think he's the type of person that, if he got the proper help he obviously needs, somewhere down the line you could bring him back. Not in Marvel, but like back into the fold of acting. You know, he's not quite down the road of an Ezra Miller yet. You know, with some of the things he was saying and stuff, he was fairly close, but yeah. If he was to be brought back, I think there would have to be questions asked, like, well, hang on, how come Ezra Miller did this stuff and he was ousted, basically? You know, it was like, here's your movie, now off you go into the sunset, don't come back. It's still stupid and baffling that Warner Brothers still went ahead and worked with him twice after all the crap he started doing. You know, that was just mind-blowing. But Jonathan Majors actually went to trial on this and lost, and I think that's kind of a big deal that can't be overlooked. Bringing him back for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think, would be a mistake. Again, he was a terrible Kang. They've already explained where all the Kangs are now. Of course, they did it in an episode of What If, but either way, you know, the normies are going to be going to watch movies and going, yeah, where is that Kang guy? Like, there was thousands of them. Where the hell are they gone? Unless they say something in one of the movies and they bring it up. We don't know. But do I think they're actually considering bringing him back? No. Because where would you fit him in? And what would you do with him? You would, like, if they want to make it, oh, Galactus kills him or something, or Doctor Doom, that means you're pretty much going to bring him in for, what, 5 seconds to watch him get his neck snapped or something, and Doctor Doom just walks past and goes, I'm in charge now or something. It'd be stupid. It'd make no sense. So I absolutely don't believe he's coming back. I wouldn't put it past Kevin Feige, though, to be dumb enough to even consider it, but I don't think it's happening. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.